to read about the latest news from Greece, United States, and our community on newgreektv.com. Offered in English and Greek language, read about politics, the economy, and upcoming events.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Greek TV News, English edition.
Enjoy our feature articles on travel, fashion, and health.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Well, we want to hear everything about your background. Tell us a little bit about you.
Watch New Greek TV productions anywhere, anytime on our web TV.
Από την εκπομπή, εμείς πάνω σε αυτό στα προβλήματα που αντιμετωπίζουμε.
Το 35%
Και αυτό που έχει κάνει αυτή η ταινία.
newgreektv.com. Our heritage, our community, our channel.
On the island of Antiparos, at the heart of the Aegean, Gaia produced an exquisite organic olive oil in limited edition, which traveled all the way to the US. The sales of Antiparos olive oil will finance 10 new and innovative Greek companies to grow. Buy today your bottle in reinspiregreece.com and support the Greek youth to move forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Greek TV News, English edition. The Greek police and the anti-terrorism squad are on the alert after the video and letter sent by fugitive Christodoulos Xiros. Fugitive convict Christodoulos Xiros, jailed for his part in the terror group November 17th, posted a letter and a video on a website affiliated to anti-establishment forces in his first message after violating his prison furlough. Police are on alert in Athens since it is convinced that Xiros' first attack is just a matter of time. Police also believe that Xiros is under the protection of the conspiracy of the Nuclei of Fire terrorist group in Athens after the revelations of some of its members currently in custody at Korydallos prison. The internet cafe from where the video was uploaded was in the area of Woudi in Athens, and police believe that there were at least another 2 to 3 persons that helped Xiros in its filming, since he turns his face to 2 or 3 different directions. Xiros' lawyer, Fragiskos Ragoussis, described his letter as a deposition from the heart, while the head of the November 17 terror group, Alexandros Giotopoulos, also in Korydallos prison, in a letter published by Eleftherotypia newspaper, accused the state for not guarding Xiros properly and implied that it is the police and the secret services that helped Xiros escape through their leniency. In his letter, Xiros said, "I could rest on the laurels of my previous activity," and kept repeating, "Somebody has to take action at last. I didn't do that. My choice to breach my furlough destroys primarily my own course." He also added, "Now you will get the response you deserve, and once again I took the decision to shoot a guerrilla rifle one more time against those that have stolen our lives and sold our dreams to make a profit." In his video, he commented on current political and economic situation, having among others pictures of Che Guevara as a background, and referred to conflict and overturning. Xiros said, "What are we waiting for? If we don't react now, right away, we will cease to exist as a people and as a civilization." His message also contains threats using phrases like rivers of blood and calls for attacks against journalists, politicians, and authorities. Citizen Protection Minister Nikos Dendias, speaking to reporters, said that the Greek state will offer a reward for the arrest of Christodoulos Xiros and other terrorists. The Citizen Protection Minister offered a €4 million reward for information leading to the arrests of Christodoulos Xiros, Nikos Masyotis, and the unknown killers of 2 Golden Dawn members in Neo Iraklio in November 2013. The fugitive convict Christodoulos Xiros, jailed for his part in the terrorist group November 17th, posted a letter and a video on a website affiliated to anti-establishment forces in his first message after violating his furlough. Nikos Masyotis, a member of the Revolutionary Struggle Group, has been on the run after his pre-trial detention period expired and he was set free, along with life partner Paula Rupa. A manhunt has begun since that time to locate Christodoulos Xiros. 2 people were arrested in Athens and Thessaloniki, but no sign of the fugitive yet. A State Department official expressed Washington's concern about Xiros' disappearance. "We are deeply concerned that convicted terrorist Christodoulos Xiros a central member of the 17th November terrorist organization that killed 5 U.S. mission employees, remains at large and is now allegedly issuing renewed calls for violence, he said. We remain engaged with Greek officials concerning this case. We continue to call on the Greek government to locate Xiros and return him to prison. A Syrian airliner coming from Syria and destined for Switzerland landed for refueling at Eleftherios Venizelos International Airport. The airplane was delayed in taking off as the Syrian carrier it belonged to had outstanding debts to fuel companies. The issue was resolved and the airplane was clear for takeoff in the afternoon. According to reports, the Syrian Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs, Faisal Mekdad, and his Assistant for European Affairs, Ahmad Ernous, were aboard the aircraft heading for the Geneva II conference that will take place at Montreux, trying to find a solution to the Syrian crisis. According to Syrian television, the plane had the requisite refueling documents. Initial reports had erroneously attributed the delay to flight plans not tendered to civil aviation authorities. There were 26 passengers aboard the Tupolev 134 airliner that departed in the late afternoon for Switzerland. It should be noted that Government Vice President and Foreign Minister Evangelos Venizelos is in Switzerland to participate in the conference. Kyriakos Griveas and Anastasia Vatsika, wanted on warrants for the Hellenic Postbank Toxics loan, turned themselves in to Scotland Yard in London. UK authorities did not incarcerate them, but kept their travel documents. According to Greek police, the process for their extradition to Greece has already begun. The charges against them have to do with direct complicity in felonies perpetrated by the former Postbank CEO Angelos Philippidis and the bank's board members that gave them the loans. More specifically, there are 2 loan contracts dated 23rd of March and 12th of August 2009 for 7 and 10 million euros respectively with the firm C&C International, which belongs to Griveas and Vatsika. The number of children abandoned in children's hospitals is rising in what is one of the most disturbing signs of the crisis. Specialized institutions are few, understaffed, and filled to capacity, meaning that newborns stay in hospitals with obvious threats to their health and psychological well-being, often in the company of ill children. The problem is compounded by the fact that adoption legislation is outdated and dysfunctional and has yet to be harmonized with EU norms, while the whole concept of adoption is underdeveloped. Documents relayed to Parliament affirm that many pediatrics hospitals are forced to host toddlers and children for months in venues that are unsuitable for their social and psychological support and development until a place has been found to foster them. The majority of abandoned children are born out of wedlock or their mothers face serious social problems, are addicts, have psychological problems, are disabled, or face serious financial issues. Last October, Thanasis Pafilis and 6 more Communist Party members of Parliament tendered a question in Parliament calling on the government to take measures in order to face the protracted stay of healthy children in hospitals. On 7 January, Health Minister Adonis Georgiadis relayed documents to Parliament from the hospitals of the Firth Health region that have maternity and/or children's wards. Prevailing conditions are such that if structural reforms are not undertaken immediately, the increasing rate of abandoned children will swamp even the hospital structures, posing severe risks, not just for the social and psychological development of the children, but also for their health. Total debts to power utility VEI from unpaid bills currently reach some 1.3 billion euros, an amount which is growing at an average rate of 4 million euros a day, according to VEI official statement to Kathimerini newspaper. The biggest share of that debt is owed by low and medium voltage consumers, that is, households and very small enterprises. The total arrears are estimated around 600 million euros, of which some 65% concern households. The debts of the broader public sector amount to 190 million euros, with mining company Larco debt alone reaching 135 million euros. VEI's workload increased dramatically in 2011 when the government doubled property taxes, but had them put on electricity bills under the threat of having power turned off for non-payment. New regulations on the electricity market, the insistence of the country's lenders for even higher electric rates for customers, and problems with renewable energy sources have put high costs on VEI. In an effort to make it easier for households to repay what they owe and to boost the cash inflow into its coffers, They introduced a flexible and extensive payment plan scheme last year. Approximately 7,500 households who had their supply cut off have now been reconnected thanks to a government decision to secure power for the country's poorest households. The scheme has proven so popular that the utility has given its customers the option of securing a payment plan via telephone in order to reduce long queues at its offices, as staff had been unable to handle the volume of applications. The customers can now complete the process over the phone by dialing 11770 and applying to pay 12 monthly installments along with a down payment of between 20 and 50%. The category of socially sensitive consumers, the unemployed, those with low income and such, can pay their dues in up to 40 installments. Consumers only have to go to the e-offices to pay their installments. The Council of State ruled in favor of uniformed personnel over the constitutionality of wage cuts. This means they will be given back money withheld since August 2012. The Council of State ruled that the reduction in wages of uniformed personnel, meaning soldiers, police officers, fire brigade, and Port Authority officers, were unconstitutional. Wage cuts were part of the third Memorandum of Understanding signed with the Troika of Lenders in 2012, meaning Law number 4093-2012. The Council of State almost unanimously ruled in favor of uniformed personnel, as it noted several constitutional problems in their wage cuts and decided to cancel the relevant ministerial decision of 2012. This means that all those affected by the decision will be given back the money withheld in the form of wage cuts from their salaries retroactively from August 1st, 2012. The world-famous New York Carnegie Hall, which has hosted the most amazing people and memorable events of the world since its opening in 1891, is hosting Greek singer Arvanitaki. Her concert will take place on February 1st at the Stern Auditorium at 8 p.m. The auditorium has a capacity of 2,800 seats, and tickets and more than have already been sold. One of today's most talented Greek singers, Arvanitaki, has a unique gift for both rebetiko, a genre of Greek folk music popular with refugees from Asia Minor and the early 20th century, and contemporary Greek music, with the distinct ability to bring together disparate music styles. Her voice has a clarity and emotional depth that registers with anyone who hears it, the official Carnegie Hall site writes about her. Arvanitaki stated that she was not only thrilled by the invitation, but also honored to be another Greek artist to perform in this famous concert hall. However, she expressed her bitterness over the fact that the Greek Ministry of Culture showed no interest in supporting or promoting her performance there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us for this English edition news. Tune in next week. This was Timis Siliopoulos for New Greek TV.
On the island of Antiparos, at the heart of the Aegean, Gaia produced an exquisite organic olive oil in limited edition, which traveled all the way to the US. The sales of Antiparos olive oil will finance 10 new and innovative Greek companies to grow. Buy today your bottle in reinspiregreece.com and support the Greek youth to move forward.
Daily to read about the latest news from Greece, United States, and our community on newgreektv.com. Offered in English and Greek language, read about politics, the economy, and upcoming events.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New Greek TV News, English edition.
Enjoy our feature articles on travel, fashion, and health.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Well, we want to hear everything about your background. Tell us a little bit about where.
Watch New Greek TV productions anywhere, anytime on our web TV.
Από την εκπομπή
Καλύτερο
Εμείς πάνω σε αυτό
στα προβλήματα που αντιμετωπίζουμε.
το 35%
Και αυτό που έχει κάνει αυτή η ταινία.
newgreektv.com. Our heritage, our community, our channel.